Hey viewers, this is Chase, and this is my 6th video in my Java Basics video series. And what we're going to go over in this tutorial is input and random. And basically, well, scanners and random. Basically, it's a new thing called, we're actually going to create objects. And just to go over this, it's kind of like a variable, except different. So to do this, we have to say what type of thing we're creating. So we're going to create, we're going to start with random because it's a little easier. So we're going to create an instance of random. And then we're going to say, we'll do this out of comments. So the first thing we need is type. Then we have a name. And then we set it equal to something. And so you're going to need new and then type. So basically this is the format. So we're going to do it down here. Random rand. And I think it's kind of typical for programmers to type random, but I'm lazy and just like rand because it's shorter. And it sounds like a name, like Randy. There's a song by Julian Smith. Rather eat Randy, Randy. Anyway, point is, random rand equals new random. And basically what this is, and we're going to go over this really quickly because it's kind of complicated. And sorry, my code's cut off. I'm lazy. So if I create a new, or what am I doing? If I created a new class and called it person, just for fun, then now I have a class called person here, see? And if I did a person equals new person, I can create as many people as I want, and they're completely different. So this person could be Bob, and this person could be George. And that's all kind of complicated. We're not going to actually create stuff like that. Just what you need to worry about is, where'd this go? Okay, that's still working. Sorry. And we're getting in there because there's so much stuff in Java that could be used by our program. If Java just stuck it all in our program would be pretty big, right? It's a waste of space. So you have to do things called import. Import java.util.ran. There it is. There we go. .random. And so we imported random so we could use it. And that way we can tell Java this is all we need. You don't need to throw all that other stuff in our program. And so basically now we have a random, and we've got a little warning because we haven't used it, but you know, that's okay. There we go. Okay, there we go. So basically, just show you what random does, system.out.println. Random has several things we can do. And we've kind of used something like random before when we did system.out, except system is static and stuff, but you know, no need to worry about that. Basically, the dot just says, hey, we're going to go into here and figure out what we can do. And see, wow, you can do more than just print and print line and print. You can do all this weird stuff, right? There's lots of stuff you can do with system.out, and there's lots of stuff you can do with rand. So rand dot, oh, look at all this stuff we can do. Wow, my mind has exploded. But what we want to do is rand.nextInt 5. And if you look at this, whoa, our program put 4. Whoa, it put 3. Whoa, it put 3. You know? And so now we've already made it so our program doesn't do the exact same thing every time. And of course, really, random isn't completely random because computers can't do that, but very complicated mathematical algorithm and stuff. Anyway, the point is we created random, we used it to get a random number. Great job, us, okay? Next thing we're going to go over is a scanner. Okay, scanner. And this is going to be used to scan the console and for input. So if we did scanner X, I like X. It's a cool thing. It's like a secret agent scanner. I'm a nerd. Okay, so again we have to import it, but first let's do system.in. So before we were using system.out, that's the output, but now we're getting the system's in, what's coming in, and we're scanning it. So sorry, brain dead. So why are you mad at me? Is unidentified. Oh right, duh. I forgot my new. What? A new. Haha. Funny. I'm funny. Okay, so now we have scanner X equals new scanner. So if I were to do X dot, whoa, we have all this weird stuff. A delimiter. Oh, what's that? It's some weird fancy thing. We're not worried about that. We're just worried about next. So we could get next, which if you could see what this all said, it says returns the next complete token from the scanner, blah, 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 blah. Don't worry about that. what you're going to use is maybe next boolean, next byte, next double, next float, next int, next line, which is what we're going to use, next line. And so now when we do this, basically, just to give us an easy demo here, if we move this down here, then when we run our program, it's like, whoa, we never put a number. Why didn't we put out a number? Because we're waiting for a line of code. And see, all of a sudden we can type in our console. And before we could not type in there. But now that we are like scanning for input, it lets us type. And I push enter, and whoa, we get our random number. So basically what next line gave us, if you were to hover over it, see how it says public string? So it's giving us a string. So we could store what the next line is as a string. So string input equals x.nextLine. Now that we have that, we could system.out.println input, and all of a sudden we're repeating what they say. So this is a program. Whoa, and it repeats it. You know, mind exploded, and then it just repeats it. So we stored it as input. You could just put it in here too. So that's how you use a scanner. And really that's, this is all you need to learn. But I'm actually going to throw in a little bit on the end here, just showing you how to use a little bit more. So just, you don't need to watch this. I'm just going to elaborate on using scanners. So, yeah, you don't need to stick around, but if you want to understand this better, stay. So basically I have scanner x equals new scanner in, and that's for getting input. So we could say, hey, user system.out.println, how old are you? And then we can get how old they are. So .next int, and because we're doing int because we're saying how old are you, they're going to give us a number, right? So we're going to say int age equals that. And then now that we've done that, we've stored the age, but we don't do anything with it. How old are you? 15, 45, same difference. We don't do anything. What we want to do now is we want to say, hey, if age is less than 13, system.out.println, well, you're young, and then otherwise, because anybody over the age of 13 is clearly really old, except me, because I'm 16. Let's do 21. Well, you're old, okay? And now our program says, hey, how old are you? I'm 16. Well, you're young. And then, hey, how old are you? Well, I'm 85. Well, you're old. Okay, so really that's how you can do that. And so now you can actually start doing some stuff with your program that's actually useful. You could make a calculator. You can do all sorts of stuff. So, maybe play around now. It actually might be a little fun. And it'd be good practice so that you understand everything well and you can do it yourself. And so that's good. In the next tutorial we're going to go over, we're really just going to elaborate on, well, we're going to do the math class, I guess, and then just some other useful stuff. So I'll see you next time. See you later.